Hi, my name's Harrison, and I'm really excited to be working with you. In this video, I'm going to go over a little bit about myself, my tutoring style, and what you can expect from our sessions together. So a few fun facts about me. I really enjoy science. In fact, I just finished my degree in biochemistry from the University of Central Florida. I speak 3 languages, including Spanish and Indonesian, and I really enjoy playing piano. In my free time, I like to try new things like fencing, rock climbing, anything outdoors, really. On a more relaxed day, you'll find me inside with a book or watching nature documentaries or video essays online, browsing memes, playing video games, anything calm like that. Whether your student's more of a math science type person or more on the English reading side, I'm sure we can find something that we have in common and we can use that to make our lessons more interesting. So I've tutored and taught a lot of subjects, everything from college biochemistry to math, English grammar, reading, philosophy, computer programming, pretty much anything you can think of. But out of all of that, my favorite subject has to be SAT, ACT prep. There's 2 reasons for that. The first is that it's standardized across all my students. So every lesson that I learn with a previous student, I can carry forward and I can just continually get better and design new strategies and techniques that will benefit my next students in this category. The other reason is because the SAT really had a personal impact on my life. Um, a few years ago, I was applying for college for the first time, and I got into my dream school. And that was when my mom sat me down with the financial aid paperwork, and she said, "Look, unless you can come up with $140,000, I just don't see how this is going to happen." Obviously, that was really tough for me to hear, but it did kind of get me thinking about what I could do. I was looking to financial aid. I started trying really hard in the SAT, ACT. I was looking at schools with good packages, government aid, everything. And a couple months later, I was able to come back to her and say, "Thanks, but no thanks. I've got this." And I was able to pay for college all by myself, no debt, which was really kind of a powerful moment for me, um, because I knew that she would do everything that she could to support me, but I had seen how much effort and how many sacrifices she's already made to raise me up until that point. And so it was really, really powerful for me to be able to go and take that burden off of her shoulders in my first official act as an adult. So one of the things I do in my sessions is try to structure my lessons and my approach to any given problem around where that student is going. So if I've got a student who wants to be an engineer, we're going to hit a lot more of the conceptual math, and I'm going to go a lot more in depth with my explanations on things that are relevant to that. If I have a student who wants to be an educator, I might have them teach me a problem instead so that they can go practice those skills. We're covering the same content, we're using the same strategies, but framing it in a way that's more relevant to that student's goals to keep them engaged and to make it feel more natural to them and to kind of help them get off on the right track. Because the SAT and the ACT is great as a short-term goal, and I'm going to do everything I can to help you meet that goal. But the reason these tests are so important is because they let you get into college and they let you go pursue whatever other dreams you have. That's going to be different for every student, and so I want to set you up not only to crush the exam, but to continue on after that and follow whatever goals it is that you're trying to chase. One thing that I tell all of my students is that this is your session. I'm your tutor, but this is your session. And so if you don't like the way I'm explaining something, you need more clarification. Maybe you're more of a visual learner and you want a diagram. Maybe you don't understand an explanation that I'm giving and you want more clarification. Or maybe this is something that's already been covered. You're good with it. You want me to move on. Always, always, always feel free to interrupt me. Feel free to say, "Hey, look, I get this. I don't get this. What's going on?" I really appreciate that feedback. I want this to be a dialogue. And the more information you give me about how you learn, the better I can adapt my lessons to you. So the most important thing for my students to realize is that all of our time together is going to be centered around your goals. I can bring my expertise, my strategies, my planning, but it's up to you to bring goals and the motivation to follow through. If you do that and we work together, I promise we can get you to wherever you're trying to go. So let's get started.